Back in 2019, the white nationalist Tommy Robinson ran for European Parliament in the northwest of England, and he held 2 rallies in Liverpool. About a week before he appeared in Liverpool, there was this clip that went viral of a guy dumping a McDonald's milkshake on his head. At the time, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if someone turned up to the rally in a McDonald's milkshake costume? And I thought, well, nobody else is gonna do it, so I decided I'll have to do it myself.
Oh, please! Oh, look at this clown! I bet you his ma wished she'd have bought it, that fucking little scumbag. Look at him. Sorry for my language. Imagine that was your kid, honestly.
Please go back, you can stick your strawberry milkshake up your ass. My milkshake brings all the joy. It's better than yours, damn right. It's better than yours, I could teach you, but I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours, damn right.
Look at this knobhead here and his milkshake, the fucking blurt. What a sad cunt. What a fucking helmet. Left-wing pricks.
Someone's actually got up today out of bed, got dressed and put a carton on like a milkshake. Cardboard box and pretending to be a milkshake. Someone gave birth to that.
Now you might be asking yourself, what does this have to do with Paddy the Baddy? Well, Paddy calls himself the 5th Beatle because of the haircut and the accent. When the Beatles were 25, they wrote, "Let It Be," and "All You Need Is Love." When Paddy was 25, he wrote, "Lots of immigrants have landed in this country and took over full areas. Some places don't even speak English." This was in response to a news story about an immigrant mother who was struggling to feed her family. He also retweeted this vile attack on immigrants and went on to attack fellow UFC fighter Muhammad Makayev, saying that he shouldn't be able to represent the country because he wasn't born here. Then in a recent press conference, he had this to say.
You little mongrel. English, yeah?
Hey.
Speak English.
I was like a king in your city.
Are you talking English?
What you did? What you
Is that
did,
English?
Man. Yeah, of course I do.
Speak English for the people.
Shut up.
Not German or Spanish like you're from.
I'm talking.
Mongrel.
He then went on to attack Jewish reporter Ariel Hawani, calling him a rat and a rodent.
To call me a maggot and a rodent, walking contradiction. I don't know what to believe with this guy.
Paddy is a hypocrite. He will get on the mic and say, "Don't buy the Sun newspaper." But then in the same breath, he'll turn around and parrot the same attacks on immigrants that the Sun promotes. His disdain for the Sun and the Daily Mail are purely tribal. The people in my city don't like the Sun, therefore I don't like the Sun, without thinking about the reasons why. Liverpool is a progressive city that's always supported workers. But with that being said, there are racists and xenophobes that want to blame immigrants for all our problems, and it seems pretty evident that Paddy falls into that camp. Back in 2019, I made a video about the Tommy Robinson protests, and I posted it on YouTube to try to highlight some of these issues. This video was then found by a bunch of Tommy Robinson's supporters who sent me death threats and said, "We know what you look like, and you're going to have to watch your back in Liverpool." Now, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I let the intimidation tactics get to me and I took the video down. It should come as no surprise that after I posted my last video on Paddy, I received the same fascistic threats of violence from Paddy's supporters. Take for instance this guy who said he's going to be looking out for part 2. One thing that needs to be acknowledged is the link between xenophobia and hooliganism. Back when John Barnes played for Liverpool, there were instances where people would turn up to the game and throw bananas at him when he got close to the touchline.
I love John Barnes. Johnny Barnes. Johnny Barnes.
Oh my God.
Paddy was famous in Liverpool long before he joined the UFC. He would sell out the local arena for cage warriors, and loads of Paddy's fans would turn up, and these events were notorious for fights in the crowd. where a lot of Paddy's tribalistic fans would turn up looking for trouble. You can attribute his early rise to fame to these types of hooligans supporting their hometown hero. So it's easy to see how Paddy has been roped into this type of anti-immigrant mentality pushed by the likes of Tommy Robinson and Nigel Farage. In fact, this type of tribalism is apparent in the comments for my last video. Loads of Paddy's salty supporters attacked me saying that I'm not a real Scouser because my accent's not that strong, right? Liverpool has a reputation for attacking the areas surrounding Liverpool, being Birkenhead, St Helens and the Wirral, saying that they're woolly-backs and not real Scousers. There's even a north-south divide within the city of Liverpool, where people from the north end will attack people from South Liverpool. For example, the musician Jamie Webster has a song called North End Kid, which plays into this petty tribalism. And then last year, there was a boxing event between two Scousers, Liam Smith versus Anthony Fowler, and the promoter Eddie Hearn billed it as North versus South Liverpool to stoke tensions between the two areas.
Here you have a fight between two Scousers, one from the north end, one from the south end.
Now I hate that I have to bring this up, right? I'm from South Liverpool, and so is John Lennon and Paul McCartney. So if you want to say that I'm not a real Scouser, then by your logic, neither is Paul McCartney, because the house that I grew up in is right round the corner from Paul McCartney's childhood home. As I mentioned previously, I took down the video covering the Tommy Robinson protests, but I'm going to post it in my next video so you can get an in-depth look of what happened. And while you're watching, I want you to think to yourself, which side of the protest would Paddy be on? Would he be on the side with the giant milkshake? Or would he be on the side with the Scousers who are throwing up Nazi salutes? I'll see you next time.